Hey guys, it's me, David again, giving you another video, and today's video is going to be, we're gonna go over an overview. It's gonna be a VOD review in a way of, personal VOD review of myself, but we're also gonna be going over in this video. Our goal is to go over, um, kind of just basics of the game, not really basics of the game, but composition wise, and what to do in certain scenarios and why scenarios work in certain ways. So we're actually gonna go through the whole entire game this time instead of just like the first 10 minutes. We're gonna go through the whole game, and we're gonna work on why composition and team wise works, and just overall dynamics of bot lane and how that impacts other lanes, and how the dynamic of bot lane moves throughout the game, and how we can transition from early game to mid game to late game, and kind of just champion strengths and working with champions. If you still want that champion video, I have not done a champion video yet, so I haven't gone through explaining every single champion. Um, I can do that if we still want to do that. I'm gonna warn you, I don't know every single champion perfectly, but I can still go through majority of the champions and explain them. If we want to do that, I can still do that. I haven't done a rune page. I haven't done runes yet. I haven't done items, and I haven't done what's it called, lanes yet. If you want those, feel free to email me or comment down in the YouTube video if you would like those. But today's video is just gonna be me breaking down support because that's what I've been playing. Support is my main role currently, and so we're gonna be going through me supporting. Yeah, so we won this game, as you can tell from the top. The game was 27 minutes and 22 seconds, which is a relatively average-paced game. Um, yeah, average-paced game. The kills and deaths, though, tend to actually. This is actually a pretty high kill to death ratio, 41 to 21. Normally, you won't see that big of a stomp in this long of a game, but we didn't wrap up that fast, mainly because of just the way the game worked. Okay, so let's go through it, shall we? So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on breaking down comps. So before you get into a game or when you're in champion select, your goal is to break down compositions. You want to break down your team comp and break down enemy team comps. I'm one of those people that can flex pick. I have multiple picks that I can pull out as support if I need to. I have a tank, like a tank pick, like a Leona, or I can do an AP mage. If we need AP damage, I can pull out my Vel'Koz. I have um, AD buff, so I can buff my AD carry if necessary. I have a CC, CC tank, CC sorcerer. I have all this. I'm a very versatile player, so I'm one of those people that don't pick something and be like, I need to play this no matter what, which is really good. You should be doing that. You should have about 3 picks. We recommend. There's a recommendation to have 3 picks for every single role you play. So if you play top lane, you should have 3 picks. Preferably, you should have 3 different picks. So when I say different picks, I don't mean like I have Darius, Garen, and Wukong. Yes, those are 3 different champions, but they're very close. They're all AD juggernauts that want to get up and close and fight all the time. That's what Wukong, Darius, and Garen all want to do. They all want to get really close, melt tanks, and go to the back line. That's kind of their job. That's all 3 of them want to do that. They want to get to the back line and kill the back line. Instead, you should be having multiple picks. You should be having an AP pick in top lane. You should be playing Rumble or Mordekaiser. There's your AP pick. Then you should have an AD pick. If you love Darius, like an insane amount, pick Darius. There's your AD pick. And then you probably want a ranged pick. Teemo, Jace, Gnar, Rise, Lucian, something ranged. So you want to have these 3 picks. And then if you want to get fancier, you want to pick out different champs that fit different styles, different time periods. So if you want to pick an early game champ, a late game champ, a mid game pick, champ that wins lane, champ that loses lane, champ that you can help jungle in, champ you can do. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you need to comprehend. But first, let's start with the basics. 3 champs, preferably 3 different champs that have different play styles in a way. It's really hard to play that way, but that's the way you should be playing League. If you want to climb, that's how you should be playing League. So for me, I have Leona as a tank heavy CC. I have Nautilus as a tank heavy CC. I have Vel'Koz Brand as AP. I have my AD buffers. I have my Yumi. I have Anjana. And then I have my backline CC champs. My main one is Lulu. And so these are my big champs that I play. That in any case I need to play them, I can play them. Of course, your goal is to go champ pools, learn every champ possible, learn matchups, yada yada yada. But that requires a lot of playtime and a lot of game knowledge. But we don't have time to go over that. I'm already 5 minutes. I talk way too much. But that's kind of what we need to break down. So we should all have 3 picks for every single lane for the different stuff. So now to continue on, so we want to break down composition. So we want to know kind of what our comp does and what their comp does, and kind of just the overall flow of the game. This is where macro knowledge, what we call macro, is overall game knowledge comes into handy. So if we're looking at our team comp, we have my team, which is Team Blue, and their team, which is Team Red. So like I said earlier, there are certain champs that thrive in the red side, thrive in the blue side, etc., etc., etc. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about overall champions. So, Leona. Leona is an early game champ. All you got to know. Early game champ. Ezreal. Ezreal is a late game champion with high mobility. Okay? We have a Skarner, which is known for his one ability, which is his ultimate, which suppresses an enemy champion, which means they cannot do anything, and it can draw them, it can pull them into the team. Skarner's ultimate, and that's what he's known for. Skarner's also known as the second lowest picked champion in the game, which means if it's a Skarner player and the guy picks in Skarner, either he's trolling the heck out of you, or he's a really good Skarner player. He's a Skarner one trick. One of the following, because anyone that plays Skarner is going to be playing it that way. Next, we have Yone. Yone is a late game champion. We also see he's an Ahri one trick. Dream Fox. His name is Dream Fox. So he's an Ahri one trick. Ahri didn't get banned out this game, so we don't know why he didn't pick Ahri. We're assuming he's playing Yone because he knows how to play Yone. Yone is a late game champion. Sucks really bad early game. His mid game's okay. Yasuo. Yasuo is actually considered a late game champion. Mid game to late game champion. He thrives really hard in mid to late game. So overall, looking at our team comp, we have an early game champion, Leona. We have a mid to late game Ezreal. We have a Skarner who has an ultimate that CCs, which means you want to get to mid game to late game. You have a mid to late game Yone, and you have a mid to game Yasuo. Does anyone see a pattern? I wonder what it could be. Our goal is to get to mid to late game because our champions thrive in mid to late game. Mid to late game. So here's the way we consider mid to late game. Here's what we consider time periods. Early game is first to 2 items. That includes that includes boots. I think it includes boots. It's about the first 4,500 gold per player. That's when you're leaving mid. So that's like 1.5 items in a way. Okay, that's early game. Then you have your mid game, which is about 4,500 to somewhere. You're playing somewhere around 10,000. 10,000. That's about what we're gonna consider mid game. It's about 4,500 to 11,000, 10,000, 10,500, somewhere around there. Anything past 11,000, which is where people on average have almost 4 items. They're at 3.5, almost 4 items. That's when you're gonna start playing late game. That's when you're considered late game. So our goal is to get to the point where all our team members have at least 2 items. That's the goal. That's our goal for our team comp. That's just our team comp. And then the enemy's team comp. If we look at the enemy team comp, they have a Zed. A Zed is he's a kind of a lane bully, and his goal is to win lane and from there snowball. But he's more of a mid game, early to mid game. We have Malphite, who's depending on the build. If you go AD or AP, this guy went armor, so which is AD. He's gonna be going to mid to late game too. Soraka, again, she thrives early. She thrives in the middle of early game, in the middle of mid game. So she's an early to mid game champion. Draven, hard early game champ. That champ wants to win early game, smash you in early game, get to items before you win the game. Dr. Mundo, he is a mid game champion, a really strong mid game champion. So looking at their team comp, their comp is mainly early. It's early to mid game. There's only one champ that you could really kind of consider late game, and that's more Malphite. Malphite's really strong late game because he becomes this big CC tank. He's not even that late game. He's more mid game. So their comp wants to win early to mid game. They want to close this game out as fast as possible. Because if you're looking at our comp and looking at their comp, we win if the game goes to 40 minutes. If we all of us have 6 items, we win team fights guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. Our champs are just significantly better in the late game with items. And that's because of scaling, and that's because of combos, and that's because of spell level ups. This is all the stuff that gets you to the point where you can be like, this is an early game champ, this is a mid game champ, based on their scaling, based on how they function with items, based on how their abilities function with higher levels. I know it's a lot to process right now, but that's kind of how you break down early to mid game. So our goal as our team is to survive early game, get to mid game, beat them in mid game, hopefully wrap the game in late game. That's our goal. Our goal is to make it to the mid/late game. We want to have at least 2 to 3 items on every single person. I think I already said that, but that's the goal. So that's our general game plan. I was actually duo queued with the Ezreal in this game. Me and him are good friends. We were talking, and so we were on call, and we were talking about how we were gonna do this. Our goal is both of us is to not die in lane, is minimize as many deaths as we can in lane, and get to the point where we can get to mid to late game. Okay, so we have that point. We have our goal now. Now we have to break down champions. What champions do what? So now we have where our goals are for the game. What time period do we play in? Now we have to break down what champions do what. Okay, so this is where we have to get down to a deeper point of game knowledge. I'll just kind of go fast and easy. I'm not going to explain everything. Recognizing in the enemy team, I'm not going to break down my team, what you would do against my team. It's actually kind of easy. If you look at, I'm going to break down actually what do we do for my team. My team, if you look at our players, every single one of them is AD. All of them are AD champs. There's not a single champ on my team comp that's worth AP. So, you want to pick at least 2 tanks into a full AD team. They did that. Malphite Mundo. Guess what you do? You build straight armor. You don't build anything else. You don't even bother buying merc treads. Like that Zed doesn't. You don't buy merc treads here. You buy ninja tabbies and you say C'est la vie MR. I don't even know what C'est la vie means. But you want a full 100% only buy armor in this case. If you're a tank, you're buying full armor. I wouldn't even buy berserkers or mobies. There's 3 carries: Zed, Soraka, and Draven. I would just buy tabbies because you just want full armor against that team comp. Because if you look at them, if you have like 150 armor, they're not going to do any damage to you. You're going to be like resistant to like 70% of the damage they shoot out. So that's another thing. So against our team comp, you want to build armor. If we look at their team comp, they have a Soraka and Dr. Mundo. If you don't know what either of those characters do, those characters are known for healing. Dr. Mundo is a self-healing character. His passive does damage to himself. His passive heals him a massive amount, and all his spells, instead of taking mana, they take health. So he's this self-damaging character that naturally regens health. That in his ultimate regens him like 50% of his health back or 100% of his health back. It's insane over like 10 seconds. So Dr. Mundo is a healing champ. Soraka is a healing champ. Her goal is to take her own life and heal her teammates. And she heals herself with her Q ability. She hits you with the Q ability, she heals herself. And then her W allows her to give some of her health to a teammate. 2 healing champions. Draven, also known for healing. He buys something called Bloodthirster. It's an item that allows him to, it's the biggest lifesteal item in the game. Known for healing. So we look at 3 champions and we're like instantly like, we need to cancel out healing. We can cut down their healing, we cut down majority of their champions. So the ways you cut down healing is you take Ignite. And guess what happened? 3 of my teammates took Ignite. I took Ignite, Yon took Ignite, and Yasuo took Ignite. So Ignite applies something called Grievous Wounds. Grievous Wounds reduce healing for 40% while during the duration. So, the other thing that applies Grievous Wounds, Thornmail, and Executioner's Calling. Execution Calling is an AD item, gives you increased attack damage, and also applies Grievous Wounds whenever you attack someone. Thornmail is an armor item. If you get attacked, you apply Grievous Wounds to your opponent. So, that's kind of like the big picture of what overall how to beat each other's comps before mid-early game. How to buy items. That's called itemization. That's how you buy items. For us, we're going to buy hero reduction items, hero reduction item, hero reduction item, hero reduction item. For them, they're going to buy armor. Armor, 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 armor. That's just their tanks. If I would, on their carries, I would have bought some armor too, just to be safe. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal. Now you kind of know like basic comp ideas, and how to do some basic itemization. If they have healing, how to buy cancel healing. If they are full AD, we should pick some tanks and build full armor. If they're full AP, we we need to pick some tanks and build some MR. If they're all assassins, pick champions with tons of CC, point and click CC them down, they die. If they're a full tank, we need to build champions with armor shred. Yasuo and Yone have armor shred, natural built-in armor shred. So there's these things that you have to kind of in champions, like you have to think about. You got to think about. Okay, our team needs more CC. Our team needs more AD. Our team needs more MR. Our team needs a tank. Our team needs some armor shred. We need some consistent damage. We need burst damage. We need there's just all this stuff you need to think about, which you can go over, and I can go over with you and kind of work on it. But it's just game knowledge, just stuff that I can try to teach you through these videos. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach you through these videos, but they're not really the stuff. You kind of need to just play games, and we'll go through it. But that's kind of the introduction stuff to composition for the first 15 minutes. Cool. I'm now done talking. That was a lot of talking. We're going to start the video. So the way you can do VOD reviews, if you ever have a VOD review that you want me to do, just send it. Just text me, like, email me, be like, student.rjuhsd.us. Email me, be like, hey David, I saw your video and I would like you to VOD review me if you could. And I would be like, faux show, buddy. You a nice fella. I want to help you out. Okay, another thing, runes. We're not going to go over runes, but my whole team decided to take Conqueror, which is the correct rune. I don't know if Conqueror is the correct rune for Skarner, but for Yasuo, Yone, and Ezreal, you want to take Conqueror here because Conqueror gives you true damage, and true damage ignores armor, and that's how we get more damage to their tanks done. And we can apply stacks really easily because they're tanks. We can go over summoners. I dislike the heal. I dislike the ignite on Draven. The exhaust on Draven. I would have taken ignite personally, but hey, I'm not a Draven player, so what do I know, right? What do I know? Yeah. Sorry, I gotta move face over. You can see the minimap later when we get the minimap. We have a grasp down here. You can't really see it. Malphite's grasp, but yeah. If you ever have questions, feel free to comment them, email me, shoot me a quick text. If you don't have my phone number, you gotta go get it. So, one more thing you have to break down before game starts. Can the enemy team invade? Oh my gosh. What allows the enemy team to invade is if you have 3 or more forms of CC. 3 or 4 forms of heavy CC. Which means you have a root, you have a stun, bind, a sleep, any form of hard CC. It means the enemy champion is unable to move. Period. Soft CC is slows. Yeah, it's not so slow is a soft CC. I think it's the only soft CC. Oh, fear is a heavy CC. It's this form of heavy CC. But yeah, so you need to have, if the enemy team has 3 forms of heavy CC and 1 is long range, then you can do it invade. So if we break down enemy champions, they have a Malphite, no form of heavy CC except his ultimate. Can't have your ultimate at level 1. Dr. Mundo has a form of slow CC, has a soft CC, has a slow, long range slow. Zed has no form of CC at all. Draven has a knockback, long range knockback. It's a heavy CC, so they have 1 heavy CC long range. Shiraka, they have a long range root with a delay time, so you have to wait. You have to be in the circle for 1 second, I think, or like 1.5 seconds to be rooted. So no, they cannot do an invade. Can we do an invade? Yasuo, no, does not have a long range CC. I guess his tornado counts, but that doesn't really count. Skarner does have a long range CC. It's a soft CC, turns into a hard CC. So in a way, yes. Yone, I don't actually know what Yone does. I think he does, but I think it's like Yasuo, where it's like his wind wall, so not really. Ezreal, no form of CC. Leona has lots of forms of CC, but that only means we have 2 forms of CC, so we cannot invade. Neither of our teams can invade, which means we're going to go to a 5-point. You should do this every single time anyhow. You should do a 5-point start. So your top laner is going to go here, or here. Your jungler is going to go here, or here. Your mid laners. Your mid laners are going to go here, or here. Your jungler is going to go here, here. Your top laners, your ADC is gonna go here, here. Your support's gonna go here, or here. It's got a 5-point start. It's so you know when anyone comes. It's the safest thing to prevent you from getting invaded. Except a 5-man, sit in a bush, wait for something. But yeah. Okay. So we can skip this. We do leash. No one invades. They decide to take these things. They're called Skarner roots, but like, no need to know that. The guy warded because he probably doesn't know Skarner killer. Like I said, Skarner really big. So we clear blue buff. They're gonna go for a cheese. So this is, remember how I told you in the last video? These are bot lane cheeses. If the jungler does not start on the buff here, the enemy bot lane can do whatever they want. So they decided to choose us. They stood in this bush. I don't know why, but it's probably because Draven has insane damage early game. So they decided to cheese us. We recognize their cheese because they placed a really, really late ward. And so we know, okay, they're going to choose us. I think my Ezreal gets a Q off on them. Start it off. He gets a free poke. So, where am I positioning currently? So, where am I positioning currently? I'm positioning pair to pair with my ADC. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm a melee champion. We have a melee support with a ranged ADC. They have a ranged ADC and a ranged support. Which means if I decide to go here and she auto-attacks me, I can't auto-attack her back. If he auto-attacks me, I can't auto-attack them back. They auto-attack my ADC, he might get in a 2v1. Can't do anything about that. So I have to position in the same line as my ADC if I'm a melee champion. Because I can't trade. The Soraka should be playing forward. She should be aggressively trading with us right now. She isn't, which is good for us. So, I walk up. I don't know why I walk up there. That's a mistake. I take a free Q. I think I was walking up to clear a minion. Let's see, did I clear a minion? I did not clear a minion. I didn't know why I walked up there. That's a waste of time. So, we're trying to push the wave here. Our goal to push the wave is so we can hit level 2. Because our level 2 is stronger than their level 2. See, I hit level 2. Okay, anyone know why I hit level 2 and he didn't hit level 2? And why our Draven hit level 2 and Soraka isn't level 2? Okay, here's why. It's because when we came to lane, I was in range for XP and he wasn't. At the very beginning of the game. Look at, he's back here taking a trade. Draven's over here. We're running up. We're running up. Minions are about to die. They die. What happens when minions die? They give you XP. So I got XP and my Ezreal wasn't. He wasn't in range. I was in range. Look at, see? Look at my XP bar. Draven was in range. He got XP. Soraka did not get XP. She was not in range. So that's important to know. That I hit level 2. My Ezreal's not going to hit level 2 at the same time. My Ezreal's doing a really good job poking the Soraka, which is really good. In any game, your goal is to poke the Soraka out. Don't poke the ADC, poke the Soraka. The Soraka takes 10% of her max HP when she heals like 17%. So there's no point in damaging the Draven for 17% when Soraka can heal it for her 10%. So always focus the Soraka. I landed an insane E. That E is insane. It went past the Draven into the Soraka. Remember when I said focus Soraka? I landed E. I auto attack. Oh, I should have auto attacked Q'd. I ignite her because I thought she started Q. She did. The Draven burns exhaust. Takes a nice trade on my Ezreal. My Ezreal has to heal. He flashes because he wants to trade. I missed my E, which is really bad. I also missed my Q there, which is really bad. and I flash out. I flash out there because I can't do anything in a range matchup. I want to get out of range so they can't auto-attack me anymore, and I want to regen. So they think they're pretty good, right? They just burned all our summoners, and they have their summoners still. Actually, they burned all their summoners. So we're in this awkward position where no one has summoners in our lane anymore, and it's just us fighting. So we're positioning really far back. The reason we're positioning really far back is because we're making a call out where we're going to all in the Soraka. So we need to save our mana for an all in on Soraka. Also, we cannot fight in minions. Remember how I said minions do an insane amount of damage before level 5? Yeah. We cannot find this minion wave. If we find this minion wave, we're guaranteed to die. So we're back here. Soraka is still doing her healing things because Soraka is a broken healing champion. I engage here actually because I see Draven get super aggro and he can't trade me back. He gets traded back just as hard as I traded on him, which is fine here. In this case, that's fine because he's the ADC and I'm the support. If his ADC's health is lower than the support, then that's good because it doesn't matter. If I have to back and he has to back, they lose more because they want all their gold to go on their ADC. They don't want the gold to go on the support. So if I the support back for him, the ADC, it's worth for us. So I have to wait for my potions to finish ticking in. Oh, I don't have any potions. I don't know why I'm playing so far back. I should be positioning my Ezreal. I should be positioning like here. Maybe because I'm scared of Raven Flash? I don't know. So we're right now waiting for Soraka to get her butt closer to us. Because we want to kill her before we kill anyone. So we're positioning side by side, which is the correct thing. Soraka uses her E. I'm actually counting out here. I remember this part. I'm counting out loud how long it takes for Soraka E to come. It's 8 seconds, I believe. So I'm counting out 8 seconds before Soraka E can come out. So if we want to make a trade, we're now more favorable because she is one of her abilities is on cooldown. Soraka. You can skip if I ever get boring, by the way. I'm yawning and I'm not even watching the video. Soraka E again. Soraka lands her Q. I give her a Q by accident, which is really bad. We don't want to be giving any more health to the Soraka. She's super low and she's our main target. So, they decide to go and stay in that bush and go for some ridiculous trade, which allows us to actually win. So we're actually going to go back and slow it down. And watch it happen. So, we're back here, we're farming. They decide to back. We know they're in that bush back here. We assume that they're going to make a full back because they can't trade with us in short range. They can only trade with us in long range. So me and him are thinking, okay, we're fine. We want to walk up and clear the next wave. Draven makes the call to stay for some odd reason, which forces Soraka to stay. Draven goes for an E, misses the E actually, doesn't hit either of us. Goes for an auto attack on me. I E, hoping to hit someone. I didn't care who it hit. I auto stun Soraka. Draven keeps auto attacking. He should be focusing the ADC in this case. Draven always focuses the ADC. He actually misses that Q. I don't know if you saw that, but the minion took the Q. If he hits that Q, he wins this super easily. We have minion aggro on him. See how look where his minions are. His minions aren't attacking him, us, but our minions are attacking him. Look how much damage he's taking in minion damage. One auto attack. So right now they're just auto attacking. They're auto attacking. He turns. Q. He EQs. And they trade. The trade kills you. Which is fine. It's not good for us, and it's not super bad. We actually got shutdown gold here, which is insane. And both of us got 150 gold for this. But it's not super good for us. He actually got, that's a minion. What am I talking about? Shutdown gold. But, so, it's not super good for us. Because Draven has a passive where he allows him to collect more money, the more access he has. Yeah, that's more niche stuff you don't need to know about right now. Another big thing, we're fine taking this trade, is to look where the minions are. The minions are on our side of the map, which means the wave is going to keep pushing to us, which is super good for us. We want the waves to push to us. And we're going to zoom up until minions come. Let's look at the wave. The wave is still on our side. The wave is killing the minions, killing themselves. And we get a free farm. Oops. That was too fast. Okay. Coming back to lane. We come back to lane. We collect our farm. I go up to ward. Because I don't want Dr. Muno to gain control from the back. Soraka hits her Q. Ezreal trades back. In that case, I actually probably should have all in. I should have probably went EQW. I probably should just have done it. But I didn't do it. Which is okay. Because we all make mistakes. In that case, the Ezreal is close enough and he has high mobility so he can catch up to us if necessary. So me and Ezreal are aggressively trading now. We're aggressively playing because we have minions on our side of the map. Which means we're at a positive. Both of the ADCs are at basically the same damage level, except Draven is higher because Draven is Draven. But item-wise, we're about the same level. I all in, hit the Draven. He gets exhausted again. I just keep auto attacking. As a support, you just want to keep auto attacking. I stun him. We keep fighting. In that case, he told me to take the kill. He's like, I'm not going to catch her, take the kill. So I take the kill here. It's fine taking tower shot because I am enough health to survive it. So we got a nice double kill. We had a nice double kill because we were aggressively playing. We're aggressively playing. Look at where the Soraka is. The Soraka is way back here. The Draven is playing way up here. We take this fight any day of the week. Oh, what the heck? Oh, Draven's here. Soraka's here. We still take this fight because the Soraka is playing so far back. We can get away with this trade. So we go up. I stun the Draven. He stuns my Ezreal. He's still stunned. My Ezreal gets exhausted. But he's still poking. And we kill him. There's not much to say. The reason we get that kill there is because we're aggressively trading and the Soraka is not. We win the all-in. Leona Ezreal wins the all-in versus Soraka Draven. Remember how I told you? All-ins and when to do, what to do? If you're a poking lane or an all-in lane, this is a poking lane. The way you would poking lanes is if you all-in. The way you all-in is if you have an engaged support. I'm an engaged support, so I'm aggressively looking to engage. We have full resources. They have full resources. We want to trade resources here. That's from my last video. And I take the kill. Straka is just one of those champs that isn't really good by themselves. That's kind of mad. We could have taken the tower back. So we come back to lane. There's a massive minion wave. We're trying to thin it out. We're making the call that we want to honor it again. I land a double stun ult on the Soraka Draven. We're now watching the auto attack between the Draven. I miss my E here, which is so bad. I still decide to go in. I don't know why. I inted my Ezreal here. Should have not flashed in for some odd reason. Going goes first. I think it's his ultimate, right? It's for a double knockup. I land my E, Ezreal lands his ult, we get a double kill. That's super lucky because our Yon rotated down. If our Yon doesn't rotate down, we don't get anything for our flashes, we just burn flash for no odd reason. So, lesson is, always know why you're flush. I know it's a frustration out of frustration because I wanted to kill them, and I failed the first time. Holy cow, I'm falling asleep. This is 36 minutes long already? Holy cow. Let's see, so we go up here, we get Drake. I think it's our second Drake of the game. That's first Drake. So we get Drake. Really good for us. Puts us ahead even more as a team. We decide to clear this control word, we clean it perfectly. I don't know Mundo's there. SGI here is farming. I'm positioned really badly because I decided to go walk up randomly. And then look, I'm walking back up. I think it's because I didn't want to be seen by the minions. I go and I try to hit a knee. As you can tell, my E's a little off. And I get silenced by Soraka. So I decided to go for a knee, silence my Soraka, and don't complete it. On the other hand, my Ezreal has taken 2 auto attacks. So my Ezreal is at half health already. We're fighting. Draven is farming with this. He goes for a Q and Soraka. We both get knocked back. 1 auto attack. I miss my E. He's running up, taking a second X. He goes for his combo. Misses his ultimate. Because I CC'd him, and also because my Ezreal used his E to get out. I'm still running away. Oh, yeah, it's kind of the basics of the problem. As you can tell, I'm falling asleep somehow. How did you do this? This is such a long process. So as it goes back to farming, we're farming. We clear the wave. We want to clear the wave here because we want the wave to bounce back to us, remember? We want to give us as much time as we can to kill them. It's a melee versus ranged matchup. We have to dash to them and we have to stick to them. The longer we stick to them, the better. Because it gives us more time to hit them. Without that big nasty power shooting at us. So, still breaking it down. We're just farming. Ezra's going for some farm. In this case, I should be. I ward up here. I don't know why. I should ward here. I missed my E again. It gives Draven time to do whatever he wants. I Q him. Slow him down. I Q him again. But yeah, I think this video is long enough. Could break down this video more. But that's kind of how to position as a tank. I don't know. The main stuff I would add is more dynamics to this actual like matchup. But the reason we win this is because Soraka and Draven have a weaker all-in than Israel Leona. And so with our all-in, we go in and we kill them. Basically, we position in lane because it's a ranged melee for the level 1. We position next to our carry because we don't want to get traded on. Level 2, we can go for the all-in because we're stronger than them. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, add comments, Discord me, something, any way to contact me. I'm free to do VODs for anyone else. I won't post on YouTube. Actually, that's a lie. I'll post it on YouTube. But send me VODs. I would look forward to not analyzing just my games, but other people's games. So yeah, sorry again, this is a really long video. But see you guys around. Catch you at the Discord club.